Y'all know what's up. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. It is the big dog Chico from the middle of the ocean. Checking in with yours truly, Uncle Neely. Dukes is on assignment, but he's gonna be joining us soon. It is the morning run.
Runners, mount up. Happy Monday, everybody out there. We want to give a thanks to everyone who watches us, supports us each and every week, each and every weekday, should I say. 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 noon, 1 p.m. Central, 7 a.m. Hawaii time. Got you covered across the nation with sports and culture and insights and in-depth coverage of Coach Prime in Colorado like none other. Thanks to Uncle Neely, Deuce the Scoop, it's Big Dog Chico. We're live and in effect. The morning run. Make sure y'all follow us on social media right there at the morning run live. Unc, what's happening?
Man, what's happening is all good on this first Monday of October. Finally feels like fall here in Boulder, Colorado. A little overcast day, a little moisture in the air, a little nip in the air. Man, I see Edwardsville, Illinois in the chat. San Francisco is in the chat. Duval. Hey, man, what if Travis Hunter pick off Pat Mahomes tonight and take it to the house? Wouldn't that be something to see? Y'all remember, y'all check in. Let us know where you tapping in from because we love to see the reach and we love for the chat to interact. While you're at it, hit that damn like button. Let's get at it, big dog Chico.
Yes, indeed. Chiefs and Jaguars, Monday night football. Are you ready for some football? Monday night party. Got Travis Hunter and Patrick Mahomes. We're going to get it kick started. What's your prediction for tonight? Go
Oh
ahead. Go
man,
ahead.
my I was about to ask you something else, but I go prediction first. My
Okay.
prediction for the night is Kansas City gonna win the game. You know, I got particular Jags I'm going for, but when I look at team to team, I think the Chiefs are a better team than the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. But I was about to ask you, Chico, because you got a little gray, you got a little wisdom. Out of all the Monday night theme songs, which one is your favorite?
I knew you was gonna go there. It was damn, why his name just left me right. What was his name?
Hank Williams.
Hank Williams. Hank Williams Jr. Matter of
But put
fact.
that junior on there.
You put that Junior on there. He was tough, like mid 90s. When
Yeah.
I remember this vividly. When Hank, Al, and Dan were the hosts. I know it's Al Michaels, Dan Deerdorf. I don't know who the Hank was, but when he added them into the song, that was the pinnacle right there. We got Hank and Al and Dan. We're gonna get it kick started. Boy,
He was the Hank.
Oh, I'm tripping. He was the Hank then. I was thinking about a host. Not him. I didn't know he put himself in the song. He included himself in there. But yeah, that was the one right there. Which one was your favorite?
Oh, no doubt the Hank Williams Jr. era.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. It was just with Riska sounded like Chico. It was a little manlier. It was
Oh,
tougher. You know,
manlier.
it was yeah,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
switched it up now. They went a little pop now, didn't they?
Well, they went pop when they went with Faith Hill, I think.
Oh yeah,
You know,
with
trying to
Faith Hill.
cross over, get
I've been
female artists. I
waiting
get
all
it.
day.
And now Snoop is doing it.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Snoop been doing it this season.
Dog. I can't wait to hear it. Make sure I watch it. Monday Night Football.
Well,
Monday afternoon football
Chico,
out here
I'm
in
gonna give
Hawaii.
everybody a pass. I'm gonna give you a pass in front of everybody.
Okay.
Monday night football is like lunchtime football for you.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I said. It's
So
afternoon football out here.
I can
So,
understand you missing the intro.
definitely. But I'm gonna watch it today, or at least I'm gonna look it up on YouTube and see what Snoop Dogg's intro is. That'll be dope. Dukes, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up?
I already knew what time it is. You say what's up. You say good morning or what's up when you come on the show like, bruh, man, when he come in the house on Martin. How you been, man? You been making it? Got the nice shave? You know, shout out to the barbers and stuff. Go ahead. Damn, I forgot. I can't give you a compliment. My bad. I'm bad, cuz.
I ain't say nothing, bro. I ain't even say nothing. But appreciate it, bro. God, man. Boy, hell, man. I ain't say a word, bro. But
Travis Hunter. Say that.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter for sure.
Tonight.
Hey man, I'm ready. I'm ready to see What they playing?
I think it's a duo.
Man, I need to look at. I need to check out the spread on said company.
Check out the spread on said company. Definitely said company right now. Until said company holla at your dogs. You understand me?
Yeah, I'm looking up the spread now.
What is it? Minus no.
Chico, you don't know what the
I
spread is.
I don't know nothing about the spread, dog. So let me just hold down.
Stop it. You might be spreading some jelly on your sandwich. That's all you
That's the spread I know.
They got Kansas City by 3.5.
Okay, so I was looking at the right one then. It just didn't sound right to me. I was like, only about 3.5? That's surprising.
Yeah, they in Jacksonville, spread 3.5. Jacksonville actually ain't been playing a bad brand of football this year.
No, they haven't. And ain't like Kansas City been playing a great brand.
Right. And you saw a lot of people were excited about Kansas City and the win over the Ravens, but you saw what the Ravens did yesterday, laying a complete egg. The injuries are just mounting; they're just too much. So I think now, do I think Kansas City would have still beat the Ravens? Yeah, they would have, but they wouldn't have stomped them like they did. Like they curb stomped the Ravens last week.
Yeah, man, it's just we got situations. And I lean away from the word excuses. Like I like the word reasons. There are reasons sometimes, and reasons are bigger than excuses because you make an excuse about anything, but there are also reasons, right? And sometimes reasons tend to apply to one person more than it applies to the other person. Let me give you an example. You just talked about injuries mounting up, right? Major reason in athletics when some don't go your way. But look what San Francisco has done with their injuries. It's like that same reason don't apply to them. Like they have found a way to win with the overwhelming part of their production being out or hurt.
Yeah, I think it comes down to roster construction and depth. Cooper Rush versus Mac Jones. Give me the former first round pick. When it comes down to it, who's still pretty young, and then the offensive scheme as well. Like Kyle Shanahan is one of the guys who believes if you give me 11, I can score. He's just that type of guy. He feels like
So you're saying it's a mindset.
1,000%.
It's always a mindset, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hey, Chico, this is the morning run. Your opinion matter at least 33%.
At least.
I mean, a minimum.
I appreciate it.
And then with Manny back there control the buttons, he can make it 100% by taking us off the screen.
Right.
Shout out to Manny.
Shout out to Manny back there.
Yeah, Manny got Chico bias.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Hey, Manny, I know Chico the one to pay you, but that money be from all of us.
Vato, dinero, all of us. He said CC, Pop. He said CC.
Well, he said, well, you finna say Poppy. I know you was.
Well, that's what he said. CC, Poppy. That's how that's just Boricua, bro. That's how they speak sometimes. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. That's my dog, Manny.
Manny calling Chico Poppy in the workplace. Okay.
Call everybody Poppy. Call you Poppy. Call Dukes Poppy. Call the baby Poppy. Anybody Poppy. Poppy.
Call me Poppy. You don't call me Poppy. You don't call me Poppy.
No. Anyways,
but tell me about that Selma Spanish you just dropped on them, though.
That's just a little broken.
I heard De Niro money, but what was the rest of that crap?
Yeah, Manny different. Manny probably the only person you'll meet that's Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, and got everything mixed into him. Haitian, Jamaican. Like, damn, Manny got everything mixed in. Trust me. Manny is a real
every I can except I can't do my job, huh?
Yeah, Manny is a can, like Adrian Broder said. Remember he said can?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Bronner. Hey,
man,
Dukes.
Crazy, dog.
Yo.
WNBA Finals, Vegas.
Man.
Sweep action.
That would seem like, I think, and I feel so bad for Alyssa Thomas, man, because it just seems like she just can't get over the hump. They might trade her to Vegas to get one, and been such a great player for so long, but it's just like one of those times where you talked about when your reign coincides with somebody else's reign. when Asia Wilson became the best player of the league and you became the second best, or the second or the third, depending on what year it is. And it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, somebody got to win. And the Aces, they built their team even by trading Kelsey Plum and being able to add to their team to get back into the championship. You just see they're a championship focused team, and they're not done. They're not done. So I feel like it's at this point, I feel like it's just a matter of time before they do hoist that trophy again. And Asia Wilson continues to cement her legacy as probably the greatest women's basketball player. I can't say the greatest women's basketball player. I could say the greatest WNBA player because I don't think I still see anything like Cheryl Miller. So
Cheryl Miller,
that's who I feel like the GOAT is. To be honest, like I feel like she would have did, being a little younger, she would have did everything Cynthia Cooper did. And Cooper,
absolutely, I agree with that too.
I
got a question for Leon out there in the chat. I don't have no problem taking this request, but you got to let us know if that's number 1 or number 2. Leon asked us, could we pause the show? He got to go to the restroom. If he got to do number 2, we got to keep going.
When we talked about Asia being the GOAT last show, a lot of people posed the question: is Asia better than Maya Moore?
Yes.
What are y'all thoughts?
Ooh,
yes. And I love Maya Moore.
Man, I don't know. I'm a little biased. But Maya Moore really was that deal too. And then and the game is going to her more of her game. The less traditional positional roles where she was a positionless basketball player as well. So I just feel like I just wish you could have seen her career come to completion. We could have watched it the whole way, by her leaving early, we didn't get to see it. So it's hard to say because you got to be there. It reminds me, it is not this big of a disparity, but a little bit like Calvin Johnson being in some of those GOAT, some of those wide receivers. Like you can't put him in the GOAT wide receiver, but what tier do you think he's really on if he would have finished his career?
Yeah, and that's the same reason why I answered so quick when I said no to Maya, yes Asia. The body of work wasn't long enough. Even though it was indeed long, it wasn't long enough to be in the GOAT conversation by decisions that she made. Hats off to her, shout out to her. You even look at Jim Brown and him leaving the game so early. There was a window of time after he left, maybe even 20 or 30 years, that he remained in that conversation. But then as the game evolved and other people were able to do what he did and did it longer, you don't see Jim Brown mentioned in those conversations. That's how with Calvin Johnson. But more importantly to this question, no doubt in my mind, Maya Moore plays, to the full extent of time-wise. She is one of the greatest, if not the greatest ever, because she was like LeBron in that positionless, could play all 5. But what we're seeing, Asia do, and then like you talked about with Kelsey get traded. They said that was a dumb trade. No way they're gonna make it back. Chips fell where the Atlanta Dream cashed out early, so she didn't have to go against Brittany Griner, who is getting a little long in the tooth, but that would have been a good matchup to see. She right back in the finals, and they're 2-0, 4 MVPs. I'm with you, Dukes. I think she is GOAT status WNBA, but I'm going with Cheryl Miller as the best female basketball player to ever do it.
Now, hold up, I had to go refresh myself on Maya Moore stats.
There you go.
She played 7 years in the WNBA and won the championship 4 times in 7 years.
I'll say 8 seasons. You say 7 years, 8 seasons, yeah?
Well, 8.
8 seasons, yeah. 4 titles, 1 MVP, 1 finals MVP, 18.4 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Hey, it's right there. But if you look at Asia, she 20 plus points per game for her career. 23.
And I hate to even mention
19,
stuff like this.
9 rebounds, yeah.
I hate to even mention stuff like this. I hate to even mention stuff like this because it's unfair to the other person because the other person was not responsible for the league when they played. It's almost like some of them Celtics banners. I mean, here the league won by 8 people,
right?
And the starting lineups were all 5'9".
No.
I'm talking about the Celtics.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Celtics. And
Right.
so,
Bill
like, I got to
Russell.
put an asterisk by some of them when 100 years go by. And so, I look at Maya Moore, her accomplishments, but when I look at the strength of the league during that time compared to the strength of the league now, that still points me more toward than Asia. And again, I love Maya Moore. Like that was my dog yet.
Yeah.
But I just think what Asia has accomplished in this time frame is like, man, we ain't seen nothing like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And being a girl
skill,
at the
the
same
size, the
time.
length. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Maya Moore, of course, she had Candace Parker and Diana Taurasi. I don't want to diminish, what they've done and
Hey,
those guys, but
all right, so look, we're just gonna go. I'm gonna just give you the names from the All-Star game, her first All-Star game.
which
Man,
one? Maya Moore?
Yeah, Maya Moore. All right, Cappy
Making catches
Poindexter.
for them.
We forgot about her. Cappy,
Mm.
Katie Douglas, 6 feet. Tamika Catchings, Angel McCartry, Tina Charles. Like that's just a star lineup for that year. You still had Sylvia Fowles, she all air bit of 6'6". Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Swin Cash, Candace Parker, Becky Hammond. It's hard for me to say that I don't that we can get into this debate, but I feel like those 11
That era.
players, I would take those 11 over the top 11 in today's league. I would personally, but I would
I'm
take that
surprised you
11.
say that.
Yeah,
I would.
But that would be I'd say a golden type era for women's basketball with those guys, and then you can also look before that when the Comets was winning and Cynthia Cooper and them and
Right.
Mika with the lips with the lipstick on
Tina
her.
Charles, that's what he
Tina
said.
Charles.
Yeah, Charles, yeah, she was dope back then. But I don't know. I think nowadays, just like if you look at the NBA, you just got more evolved athletes. They're more athletic, stronger, more skilled. I'm going with the current players.
Me too, Chico.
Go
And
ahead.
unlike Chico, I'm not gonna try to find a reason to disagree with Chico just because it's Chico.
Right.
Chico be like, man, but Unc said it. I don't want to agree with Unc.
Oh, you know what? We're just gonna leave that alone. Okay, I'm gonna say okay this time, right? Like Unc say.
Right.
Oh, Unc will okay the hell out you.
I'll say okay.
Hey, shout out to my man Herm in communication department. I okayed her on the TCU sideline. So then we had that pass interference in the end zone, right? What they
Mhm.
had. I said, oh man, good job. That's first and 10 at the 1. I had it wrong. It's first and 10 to 2, but I said at the 1. And Herm said, no. You wish. That ain't how it work in college. It's gonna be the such and so. I said, okay. The PA announcer came on.
Mm.
The ref came on the mic. He said pass interference. Curtin in the end zone. Ball be spotted at the 2-yard line. I looked at Herb. I said, okay. He said, man, you want to go debate me? I said, dog, I'm not going to argue nobody about somebody else. Like, I'm good.
Then he said, Chico, your head looks tight. I don't know what tight he talking about, but it looks tight to me. Shout out to T-Braid 808 Hawaii with your face.
Man, I'm going to fly out to 808. I'm going to fly out there, man.
She might do something with that right there, huh?
Let's see what T-Braves do. Chico, you see too. I know you got the A on. You got the braid. What?
I saw somebody with their beard braided.
I done that before.
With the beads on it, though.
I done that before, too.
I said,
yeah, you catch these right here.
You
You catch it right there, plait it up, put the beads like cornrow.
Lord have mercy. I said, boy, you are a bow-legged chicken. You that country. That's what I told him.
It's country.
That's what my coach used to call us when he
egg.
came down to sell with the coach. He was like, y'all country motherfuckers out here. I said, man, you from Montgomery.
I love the way you look up. I love the way you look off to the side, dog. Like,
yeah. Well,
anyway,
quick correction: Tina Thompson's who we were talking about earlier.
Tina Thompson. I knew it wasn't no Charles. Yeah. I knew that sounded wrong.
To it then.
Because I was like, what? That sounds wrong.
See, you copied off somebody's paper. They got
copied off somebody's paper.
I showed
Tina Thompson, man. Shoot. Anyways, though, so who y'all got winning the finals, WNBA finals?
Vegas,
baby.
Now, you ain't gonna you ain't gonna make no money on it, but if you're trying to make some money, you come out better putting $10 on the Mercury than $100 on Vegas.
Vegas might be getting
We did that math just then.
the Oakland A's. No, I was thinking about
No, just like Dukes, you know the game, man. Sometimes you gotta follow the flow of the money. Like, this ain't what I believe, but if I bet on this in this situation, you betting $100 to get back $2.
Right.
I could go against the grain and be wish factor and just risk $5 and get back $125. Like,
Right.
follow the
Yep.
math.
Yeah, for sure.
the math is mathing for all of the Oakland teams to head to Las Vegas, and it seems like that's what I was trying to get to. MLB owners approved the move of the Oakland Athletics to Las Vegas. People, what y'all thoughts on that, man? Baseball team coming to Vegas right near the Strip.
Everybody's gonna be there eventually. It's too rich of a market. It's too rich of a market from a standpoint is that there is no off season in Las Vegas, and so when you add in sports, who has varying calendars, right,
Mhm.
and all the tourism that's there, you got an instant fan base outside of the residents of Nevada. Excuse me. And then it's not like you're that far from California, from LA or whatever, from Arizona, that type of thing. So, and we have just seen this happen literally in our lifetime before our eyes, Deuce and Chico. Like, Coach Prime alluded to it the other day, more than alluded to it, directly said it. We can remember back during the Monday Night Football days again, 30 years ago, when the injury report became a thing, and it became a thing because of Vegas, because you could lay a bet not knowing Chico was hurt, and that changed the situation of the dynamic. And so now they made it, well, the injury report's got to be released, even in the professional league. Then it went to, well, will one day Vegas even be able to have teams, because there was such a wide gulf between professional sports and gambling, even though they're so intertwined. Now, Summer League is there. We got an NFL team with a state-of-the-art arena. Major League Baseball gonna go there. WNBA already there. NBA is around the corner.
They waiting on Bron to retire. I think Bron gonna be the owner of that league.
Well,
They already got Tom Brady
it
there.
still looked like even though it was luck of the draw when they got Cooper Flag and Dallas, they still talk about Dallas going to Vegas.
Right.
I wonder why would they want to leave? Dallas is a major city, a major hub. Like, why would they want to leave? Well, I guess money.
Chico, let me tell you this, man. Give you this example. And don't take this like literal down to the T. But I remember when I was working the sports agency, Dukes, we had a couple of players on the Raiders team in California. And when they realized the move was about to happen, and then like guaranteed going to happen, not rumor, they delayed restructuring their next deals so they could sign the deal in Nevada. Because they were going to take home exponentially more money than having in the California contract.
Right.
So when you look at the tax system in Nevada, the residency requirements, et cetera, it is attractive to be there.
Right. Right.
Because more of your money is your money.
Yeah.
And the reason Vegas is set up like that is they want more of your money to end up back at the casino.
Right. That's why they
other places want your money so they can build roads, bridges, take care of schools.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's not a priority in the state of Nevada. I'm just saying in the city of Las Vegas, what drives it is the tourism economy as it relates to gambling. Period.
Right.
And it's so different, like how they pull the veil back now. It's like, bro, FanDuel got an actual TV station where they play sports, like the FanDuel network. This crazy, bro. Like a gamble. It's like the MGM Grand TV, and they playing all the sports games. Like this
and
is
just think, Dukes, it still
day.
ain't. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption, Dukes, but just think it still ain't legal in all 50 states yet. Just think when that happens.
My goodness.
Like back home in Mississippi, shout out to the SIP. I still had to get up, drive 40 minutes over to the river, walk in a casino, place a bet on the Cowboys. Go back home, watch the game, drive back with my slip, get my money.
Man, listen.
Most other states, you just do it from your phone.
And then and even with the sometimes I'm like, where at? I need you. Where at, I was like, I need that. Like for real. Yeah. So I get it. I mean, especially like growing up, my in the summertime going to stay with my grandma in Nashville, where we used to watch. We had a number man, like it's still you remember the number man, where my grandma was playing the Chicago lottery. We watching WGN at 9:17 at night Central Time to figure out when the number hit. And so now to see the Tennessee even be so progressive that they got now they got sports betting in Tennessee. Like, so I call a cousin up there to get bet sometime. So it's crazy to see how gambling has been intertwined in our culture now. It's no longer taboo. It's part of it.
Right. And I think what's even going to happen, man, in states like the South, the three of us are from that quote unquote Bible Belt, the last to, to have a lottery or gambling, anything of that, is going to begin to separate from actually casino houses where you're going to have, sports booking parlors in your downtown. And instead of having slot machines and poker tables and all that, you go in there just strictly for sports betting, and it's going to be like a satellite of a casino. It'll still be, so like in Mississippi, it'll still be owned by, whatever casino in Vicksburg or the Gulf Coast, but this is the place you just going to do your sports booking.
Yeah.
Like it is too ingrained now into the economy.
For sure. It's part of it, man. ESPN.
Big money.
Like look how ESPN is just like, oh yeah, ESPN betting network. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So I'm betting that we're gonna see a lot more of this in all sports.
But Crook said, "Make you use my login." You folk crazy.
Hey, Chico, let me step away about 2 minutes. I got to switch something. Take me off real quick. I'll be right back.
Y'all so silly, dog. Why y'all so silly, man?
You did it. Boy came with sound effects. Boy, you crazy, man. That's all right.
Hey, let me ask you about this, man, until Up comes back. These the big head helmets, the covers, watching, seeing guys like Dobbs wear these Guardian caps. Thank you for the correct term, cousin. How would you think about this? Will we see more players adopt this and wear these helmets, like we see Dobbs wearing right here?
Yeah, you're gonna see more and more of it. Like, it just anything you can do to help, because it's just when you look the amount of people who felt like they had a loved one who had CTE and the percentage of people who actually had it, and they all, and in the study they play in football, you just see you just can't run your head into stuff that much, dog. And so anything that you can get to help it is, it's almost like an airbag, and there's nothing that you can do in certain accidents in a car. There's nothing the airbag can do, but for the ones that you can, then I think it's helpful. So you just want to do everything you can do when you're going to play a game where there's going to be head-to-head contact. There's going to be, you can hit your head off the turf. So anything that you can do to help, I think, is worth it. And I think you're going to see it. It's going to continue. You're starting to see more and more of it on the little league level. And the Guardian cap guy, I actually met the CEO last year, man. Pretty cool. Young guy too, man. Yeah, young guy. And just where the game is going, it's about safety at this point. Like and you see them trying, because the amount of CTE incidents, the NFL shooter who went to the NFL headquarters, even though he didn't play in the NFL, he had CTE. So I think the more and more reports you see of player suicides, erratic behavior by football players as they grow in the older age, you're gonna see more people look into those caps and say, hey, look, it ain't about looking cool. Can I get an extra layer of protection?
Yeah, you said it, Deuce. I'm gonna jump on that looking cool part, because as I sit here in Boulder, Colorado, the first Heisman Trophy winner here, Rashawn Salone, after his playing days were done due to CTE, committed suicide right here in a park in Boulder as a result of brain trauma issues. And so it's been a thing, and it's finally been addressed. But you also have to get out of the cool factor, like you just stated. And I love the way you put that, because we can remember back in our day that people laughed at Don Beebe for the Buffalo Bills when he had that extra helmet on top of his helmet. And who would know 30 years later, 20 years later, they're like, oh, damn, he was actually smart. And so anything you can do to wake up the next morning in less pain, to have more clarity 5-10 years, 15 down the road, whereas this is entertainment for us, it's life and even death for them. And you've seen shoulder pad technology increase, back pad technology increase. The helmets have certainly increased in their technology, and even in the rules. Like, we may watch a game like, oh, they calling the game so soft, but what they're doing is literally creating a standard for future generations that this is how the game is played versus being played the way it used to. So when you see little leaguers, with the protective dome, and you see little leaguers learning how not to lead with their head to tackle, and you see less, targeting penalties in junior high and high school. That means it's going to be less time in high school and the pros because you have adapted a new way of developing the future players. And when you look at the punitive aspect for it, it is now one of those things that player looks to control, not only for their own safety, but because I don't want to get ejected from the game.
Right.
And it used to be, your ejections was you had to leave the field. Well, now they chose to say, well, no, you don't have to leave the field. You can stay with your team on the bench. You just can't play in the game. And so I think cleaning that up for the sake of player safety, some people seeing as watering down and the game is soft. But when you meet somebody who is only 58 years old and they don't know who they are, where they are, you would want them to have had protection when they played.
Yeah. NFL showed the cap can absorb at least 10% of the force during a hit to the helmet. If both players involved are wearing Guardian caps, that doubles to 20%. I think that's huge right there. Some players who were examined after their death, who families have released, said that they had CTE. Some notable guys were Demarius Thomas, wide receiver, Denver
Maybe.
Broncos, Frank Gifford, running back, Ken Stabler, quarterback, Junior Seau, linebacker, Mike Webster, former center, and several others on this list right here. So
Yeah,
it's a
it's
real
one of
thing,
those things,
man.
man. We had a real serious talk with a lot of guys who went to Auburn. Rudy Johnson just we
And
just
Rudy
lost
Johnson.
Rudy Johnson probably about like a week or two ago. Really, it'd be 2 weeks this week, and just for what you're hearing reports of erratic behavior where everything points towards CTE at this point, and we don't know, and not to be speculative, but when you see guys who were just like, I don't think I ever met a guy cooler than Rudy Johnson ever. I don't think not one person cooler than Rudy, and that's the last thing a lot of people were expecting to hear. It makes you the conversation was going, even with me having a kid. I'm talking to some of my buddies like, man, I don't even know if I want to camp playing, especially the way my
That
son
was gonna be
plays.
my that was
Yeah,
gonna be my
like
next question right there.
yeah, like I don't even know. He loves it. Like I would have to get a like put a damn cage on his door to
Mhm,
keep him from not playing football at this point because
mhm,
he's locked in on it. But when I'm looking, like even the collisions that he has now, him being 5'4", 112 pounds, but he hitting you with all 112. I'm just
mhm.
thinking, I'm like, man, he's 12. He'll be 12 Saturday. Like, damn, 8 more years it is. Good gracious, where everybody's bigger and faster. So it's something that I pray on. I pray on it a lot, to be honest. So I think
Yeah,
Guardian Caps, his next move is to go to Guardian Caps in game and not just in practice.
damn right. I was gonna ask
Can I
that
tell
too,
you this,
man.
man? When
What
Chico
what
said if Chico said if I got one on, you got one on, it's 20%. I don't know a business in the world that would go out of business making 20%. So just profit. So just think if you could profit your health 20% doing something like it
mhm,
sounds like a small number, but that is an
huge,
exponential number when it comes to your health. If you can decrease something by 20%,
right. And it's
because you
not
sure
just
wouldn't want it if it increased by 20%.
Hello.
yeah. And it's not even just, the helmet to helmet contact, it's the helmet to the ground contact. That's how I got my first concussion in high school.
Man,
My
people
head
get a
hit
helmet to knee
bam,
contact.
helmet to knee. And you would think that, like, how did that happen? And it really, you know, like, can affect the person on that football field, dog. I still
Mhm.
think back to that, like, why did I not stop playing football then? Because I was a baseball player at that time. And I kept playing football after my 10th grade year, that concussion. I don't know why.
A shout out to Liam Barney, Hall of Famer from Jackson State University, who's going through a tremendous battle right now with this issue that we're talking about. But when he
Mm,
was able to about 20 years ago, he testified before Congress, much like y'all are talking about. And he was asked point blankly, and he answered point blankly that if it was his choice, his sons and grandsons would not play football. He would not want them to go through what he went through. So luckily, rules have changed, equipment has changed, where it narrows that. But he said he wouldn't want anybody in his family to have done or endured what he did and endured.
me neither, dog. And that's crazy, because I kind of,
You missed that
kind
pile, don't you?
of, I was gonna go a whole different direction. And you brought it back
you like
to the
you
power.
hate that concussion, but you love that power. How can I get that power without hitting my head? Is what you was thinking.
This is crazy, man.
Chico
For
on the
real though.
bench. It's a scrum right there on the sideline. He done crawled in the pile. It ain't even in the game.
Niggas laid in power.
12 men on the field.
Chico, what you do? Oh, I saw. Anyways, dog. I am trying to steer my son, to more of a non-contact skill type sport like a baseball or a basketball or something else that he'll like. Football wise, if he has to get into that, I always said when I was younger, I'm gonna make my son a kicker. They still get to play football. They only play
Man,
one
long
or two
snapper.
plays out there. Long snapper is one too. Oh my God.
Man, you play 25 years, can't nobody stand over you, hit you till your head come up. Like,
I regret that to this
it's
day.
protected more than the quarterback is.
Mm-hmm. If I could have learned how to long snap, I probably could have still been playing, dog. For real.
Yeah.
Chico,
it's not easy to do.
I don't know if you noticed this. Deuce, I don't know if you noticed, but I got that thing turned around today. But we got to turn this thing around.
I see what
Nice
you did
little
there.
transition right there. It's a nice little. I
Yeah,
like you've been working on it.
lot of upsets in college football this past weekend. Regretfully, Colorado was not one of them, but you did have sweeping upsets across the board. When you talk about the betting situations out there, man, it was a nice weekend for people if you went with the Dogs, because the Dogs had a great weekend. Underdogs, that is.
Not the Georgia Dogs, but the underdogs. That's right.
Yeah. Shoot, Florida, Billy Napier, what they call them, Sunbelt Billies, with some more magic, saved his job for another week with a huge upset over Texas. Well, a lot of people was like, hey, bro, you saw that point spread be at that 4.5. Like, sorry, something going on. And
But dog, UCLA over Penn.
UCLA over Penn State. I watched somebody
0-4
with no offense coordinator,
no head coach,
Newhouse,
no defense
what's
coordinator.
his name? Rick Newhouse's son was
the
calling
baby
the play.
Newhouse.
No, but I'm talking about generally speaking, they haven't done their main hire yet.
Yeah, sure. He would be it for me. Got him. He is.
Got him.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo.
They got us. Yeah, man. Here's some scores right here. Shout out to Memphis doing their thing. Memphis in the top 25.
Mm-hmm.
The Dirty Dime, right, Unc?
Yes, sir. Tennessee.
What about y'all saw the viral footage of Michael Irvin on the sideline, him and Holly Rowe catching the stray
got bowled
over
over.
Got bowled over. Michael Irvin jumped up. It's all right, big fella. It's all right. I had no contact like that in a long while, big fella.
Did you see the end of the
over here
game when
again.
somebody in the stands handed Irvin a belt and he started whooping the wall talking about BTA? In the words of Philip Dukes, who many people know as Dukes the Scoop, the immortal words that in my mind are going to live on forever. And I quote, everybody need a Michael Irvin in their life.
Damn right. Damn right. Give me some.
He ain't lying.
That damn Mike be on it.
On it, dog.
Yeah, for real.
He should have
been. That last week when he was cranking that siren out of Miami.
That too.
Hey, man. When he went to go see Coach Prime this summer, man, that joke was so funny, man.
I don't know if Michael Irvin pays for his travel, his flight, his ticket, whatever, to get to the Miami games. But from now on, he shouldn't have to pay or lift a finger. Whoever's over that department should be saying, Mike, as long as you're available, our games are this time. We're going to have a car come for you. We're going to send you a flight. We're going to have a suite ready for you. We're going to have everything ready for you. He has to be on the sideline.
Yeah, you know what? And I always thought Miami did a really good job of keeping their former players on the sideline, showing people up. I had a buddy went down there and coached, and he was like, bro, I just saw Jonathan Vilma in the weight room. This is a few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. And he was coming from a program where the coach, it was hard to get access to the program. And, former players had to go through an act of God in order to get on the field sometimes. But Miami, they never lost the fact that the U was really special during that time. And I think that's been one of the things that now they have their resurgence and them being ranked as highly as they are. It's a special time for Miami Hurricanes fans.
You know
And
why?
Dukes is really not the norm. My own beloved Jack State University, one of the most tragic sports stories ever, is one of the years Walter Payton came back at the crib and wanted to work out, and they wouldn't let him use the facility because he wasn't a current student.
See how dumb that
And
is?
but that happens like everywhere,
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes. UAB, same thing. Like, what y'all doing, dog?
You try to
Y'all
go
do
to
not,
UAB and work
y'all
out.
do not have enough prestige to tell me I can't go. What? So once my scholarship over, y'all, everything changed. Oh, I was like, oh, hell no. All right. That's
You
what I
went in
felt
there.
like, but
You
I
said
understood it. Nah, they ain't deny me, but I did try to go get some food. And they was like, listen, you ain't got your card don't work anymore. You're off scholarship. Like, my card don't work no more. Like,
Chico,
immediately? Like,
when you went to
damn.
UAB, it wasn't no card; it was a punch card. But they had that hole puncher.
No, when you with you. nah. Nah, we did have a swipe.
Chico, we had no technology, man. We had paper.
Y'all
You
had the
just
paper puncher with the
hey,
hole puncher.
I used to eat it all core because I knew somebody's number. I go down there and just say, oh,
Right.
113.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they write it down. I don't know
By
who
the time they
113
find
is,
out.
but whenever he checked it, they're like, hey, you already ate, son.
Yeah.
Hey,
Somebody ate
hey,
for
you
you.
start looking on their side to see what number they been checked off. Baby,
Uh,
what's your number?
that one.
263.
No, that one right there. With the open space. Damn hole puncher.
Ain't you been in here today? Oh no, ma'am.
But
I
now
just wore the same clothes yesterday.
you know why I think it's so prominent down there in a place like Miami? Because they had so many guys who was right there from that area. They didn't leave to go back home like me. I leave from Birmingham to go back to Selma. I'm not even seeing on campus anymore. No, in Miami, I'm getting up, going around the corner, going back to campus. They're going to see me every other day. These players going to see me. I'm ingrained in this community. I'm a part of this community. They know me. You know, so why would they? How can they deny you from walking up in
And
there and
hey,
working out, dog?
I
And you
tell you
influencing the
another
players.
factor, man. Another factor is having a guy like that we got here who came from there, and Andrew Swayze, who got sense enough to let you come in and work out instead of trying to
Yep,
call somebody.
yep, yep.
Right. Yeah, I
Man,
forgot about that. Yeah.
the
He
right
spent two
people in the right
decades at
position.
strength and conditioning program. Like it's like because here's the thing in life, fellas. Y'all know this. The chat know this. When you ask somebody for permission, they think it's their responsibility to tell you no. Because
Pause.
if you would have knew to do it, you wouldn't be asking.
Right.
So the fact that you come in and ask me, can I do this? I'm gonna go, well, no, you shouldn't do it. So you better believe when Coach Swayze was down there at Miami and Sapp walked in one day because he was in town and wanted to do some bench press, you know he ain't called no VP. He say, hey,
Right.
it's all right.
Hell no, that's the executive decision
And let
right
the
now.
man in. I like
Damn
that
right.
Chico executive decision.
Right now.
Dukes, Chico, Iowa State's coming to town Saturday, 1:30 p.m. kickoff. So you ain't got to stay up late Saturday night, Dukes. Just about 3:30 for you. The game will be kicking off. Of course, we're going to discuss, the previous game with the trip to TCU, and Coach Prime's presser will be tomorrow. So we'll hear directly from him. But what you got in front of you now, more than ever, we talked about when you started losing them and you got more in front of you left. With these games is left, you have no margin of error. And if people think it's not possible, this time last year, right at literally this weekend last year, Baylor set with the same schedule and same results rather, and finished 8-4. And so it is possible to turn that thing around and do what you do. Because when you look at these games as we've dropped outside of the Houston game, once again, you have been right there in them with control of the game, either tied or with the lead late in the game, and just critical errors, mistakes at the wrong times cost you the ball game. Dukes?
Man, get one. And get one. Just get one. Find out how to win. Get one. Find out how to win a Big 12 game. Know how it feels. And pause. Get one. Just get one. This last game was so Chico.
Hey man, last game was what? I'll let you finish in a second. You think about what you want to say right there. You know.
Do.
No, I passed it for a reason.
Okay. Well, 5-1 overall. Iowa State Cyclones coming into Folsom Field. That's gonna be 9:30 a.m. for me. So I'm getting up early for that. Have me a great day after that. Once it's over. 2-4 overall for the Buffs. 0-3 in the Big 12. What can they do? 31 points per game for Iowa State. 25 for Colorado. 386 total yards for Iowa State. 356 for Colorado. Coach. Yeah, we're gonna have to score some points. 30 points or more. We're undefeated, right, Unc? Get to that 30-point mark and hold them under 30 somehow, some way. And I think we have to lean on that run game, whether it's working or
Yeah,
not.
I
4 yards
think
per
if you
game is
watch,
working.
I think if you watch the Iowa's, last game, which they lost, they show some things. They could be taking advantage of some things we do well. They don't do so well. But I tell you what, I'm like Dukes when you got to win one to get that taste in your mouth. Pause. Because even just psychologically, what's that? 2-5 is a whole lot worse than 3-4, even though it's just one game. And then you go to the bye week and recalibrate and go from there. But Coach Pecco said it real live this morning, man. When you're back against the wall, and literally now, not figuratively, your back is against the wall. All you do is take one step forward, and then take another step forward. Like you got to get your back off the wall, and you do everything that was in your power to get your back off the wall. You kick, you bite, you scratch, you claw, you do everything. Because here again, man, was another situation, whether it was penalties or failed execution. You change two things in that game and you win the game. And you can randomly pick which two. Like I know everybody, because we live in a quarterback driven sport, everybody likes to point at the quarterback. Yes, there were 3 interceptions, which are turnovers, but dig this, Dukes, when you talked about mindset earlier, Georgia Tech came in here and turned it over 3 times and still won. It ain't never been the case where 3 turnovers just mean the game is over.
Man,
and we can prove that with one of our own opponents.
And they should.
You look situationally, special teams has just been the just overwhelming bright spot for this team. And for some reason, a Peter call wasn't given out, and the ball hit somebody in the back after you got a tremendous stop. Beautiful field position was going to occur, and they score. Who would think that after giving up leverage and fighting back in Browns, that Sincere Brown would drop one and hit him in the hands, and Joe Williams dropped one going into the end zone, hit him in the hands. So there is enough blame to go around that this team can't even afford to start the blame game. Like everybody, coaching staff, support staff, video, I don't care who you are. Everybody got enough blood on their hands. There ain't no need in trying to measure that. Just get your back off the wall.
Get your back off the wall. Win one.
Get your back up off the wall. Isn't that a song?
It is.
He was proud then.
He was.
I thought I made it up.
The last time he heard it, see, it's deep in his subconscious. The last time he heard it, his mama was playing it on Saturday morning. It was time to clean that house up. So you either heard that song and smelled Pine Sol, or you smelled Pine Sol or heard the Commodores. But you know it's time to get your ass up. We clean this house up today.
If you know the smell of Pine Sol instantly when you hear the word, and you come from somewhere where I came from, just know that we are kindred spirits. Pine Sol, dog.
Man.
No, it's time to clean up.
Shit. Clean up stuff that ain't even dirty.
You better pitch in.
Everybody.
We clean up because my mama mad at my dad. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Just clean up.
Y'all got to fight now. I got to clean up. What the hell I do?
Then I come in here looking like him. Oh man.
Right. Oh my God. You looking like him now.
Oh man. Like what did I do? Looking like your dad. Man.
Get out the house. Just get out.
You know your mama get mad. Everybody finna clean up. Like we just
what?
Take all this shit out this closet. We can reorganize. Hey dog, come on.
It's been in the closet like this.
You and him need to go work that out. They ain't got nothing to do with us, dog. You tripping, dog.
Right. For real. Well, can't go outside. Who's gonna keep me in here, folks?
Hey man.
You know, dude. Speaking of reorganizing and retooling,
there you go.
One of the things, man, about this past game that I pointed out before the game, and I stood on it because I watched film from both teams, analyzed it, did my due diligence, and I came up with one secret sauce. because TCU was about 65% on their third down conversions, top 10 in the nation, top in the Big 12. I said, man, if we can find a way to hold them to 50% on their third down conversions, we win this game.
He did.
And I'd be damned if they ain't go 7 for 15 on third down and we still find a way to lose the game. Because I never counted all the other stuff.
Yeah.
All the other stuff. I didn't sit there and go, hey, hold them to 50% on third down and don't mess up on special teams. Like I had no conception I need to add all this into the bundle because all those other things we had been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing we hadn't been doing is owning third down as a defensive line, a defensive front, or defense entirely. And we took a team that was 65% on third down and held them to below 50.
Man, 14-0, 6 minutes left in the first half.
And what was the halftime score?
I don't even remember. What, 17, 14?
14. That's when the game turned around for me. I'm sorry.
Man,
I don't care with nobody.
They went on a 35-7 run.
There you go.
And it was like you gave it to them. Like, Paul.
Oh, both of them.
Like, here. Well, and then look at the point swing before halftime. That's what really frustrated me. Because I was like, before halftime, you beautiful drive down the field. You get to the 2. You would think that you can at least got 3. That's what you count on. I'm at least getting 3.
Exactly.
And so if that was taking, that's points coming off the board, like 14-14, and you end up 35. You found a way to lose that game. I'm sorry, and people can say what they want to say. Duke should be. I won't give a damn. You found darn. You found a way to lose that game. And,
absolutely.
And I think,
but I don't know Duke's. Not to. You don't need no help getting off the hook. You can stand on your own 10. But I don't know how somebody can disagree with that and they know ball or watch the game.
Yeah.
Like that slightly thrown behind pass that was tipped. When in that situation, you got to put that ball low, in front and low, but it was behind and high, asking to get tipped, and then it's a pick. It's like there's some things that schematically is not what TCU was doing. We just found a way to be like, here.
Yeah.
Same thing when we held them on that drive and, it was a penalty call, went the other way, and now they're punting to us. And you're like, yep, here come big momentum right back to us. And the ball hits a dude in the back right between his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a pass to him.
That was one of those unfortunate things right there on special teams. You gotta be yelling out Peter from the sideline to the punt returner.
And
you gotta be yelling that out, and everybody else.
One thing I say, gentlemen, even in this morning's meeting, shout out to Coach Livingston, shout out to Coach Shermer, shout out to Coach Pollock with special teams. As they got ready to do their presentations, they started with themselves, and each one of them had one particular play, that was there, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and swore that thing won't happen again. And one thing Coach Pollock talked about was, Q, that ain't on you. Yeah, from your position, you got to be yelling out Peter. But I haven't done enough training on y'all to yell that out. That's on me. I'm taking that one.
Okay.
And so when we talk about accountability around here, I know the world is not privy to everything that goes on in the meetings, no matter how much this program is allowed to be opened by Coach Prime. Mm-hmm. The accountability is like with the coaches too. They own their stuff.
Right.
It ain't and that's what I'm telling y'all. This is not an organization that can sit around and afford to try to point fingers at this particular player, that particular position, that particular unit. There was so much blame to go around in the game that you were just in completely control of it, 14-0. And then as Duke's articulated, look what happened going into the half.
Yeah.
I think Colorado has the experience at the coaching level on this staff to write everything. Everybody's still coming together, meshing and learning each other and sideline and going through the trenches and things like that. I think they'll find a way. And once they hit their stride, man, with the players also and just the coaching staff in general.
And that takes winning, Chico. You're exactly right. That takes winning. Right. Winning changes all the taste in your mouth because you look at all the categories right there that you led the game in. Mm-hmm. I mean, you led in time of possession. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we've done that this year. You led in takeaways. You led in, we have more rushing yards. We talked about them needing to have somebody 100 yards in rushing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We talked about third down, theirs and ours. All these boxes you checked.
So moving forward, then, what do we do? Because, like Duke said, we had that 14-point lead. We had a 14-point lead previously. There's something we have to do to continue to go ahead and finish and slam that sledgehammer on down, dog. And
Well, for
you
me,
know,
it starts at practice, and that starts tomorrow. Chico, you and I talked last night on Uncle Chico Live, and we even hearkened to your playing days where you would have individual period and you're working on these techniques, and then when you have team period, you don't take the techniques to the team period. Well, somehow we're not taking all the things, all the nuances that we take from practice to the actual game situation. Again, I believe Sincere Brown is an NFL caliber receiver. But on this one particular play, he gives up his leverage or doesn't take his leverage. He's forced out of bounds. So luckily he was able to come back in. And still the quarterback put the ball right on him and he doesn't have a necessarily true fight for the ball. That was a game changer. Same thing with Joe, like right down the middle, that was a game changer. There was some situations where the running back chose, to run to darkness instead of light with the hole. That was a game changer. Like there's so many things you can do that you can articulate like, hey, this is why we work on this in practice. It's not just a drill. It's not just repetition going through the motion. It's done. So when you're in this situation, this is what you realize because now you see how that can impact the totality of a game. What seems like just one play when it happens, when you go back and look at the margin of error, it's a significant play. And there was a significant play or two offensively, defensively, special teams, coaching, water boy, peanut man, bus driver. I mean, like, this is not a space where somebody can just say, no, man, if not for Dukes. Oh, no, man, if Chico hadn't done like it, who you pointing at? You need to be pointing at yourself. Like, it's everybody.
Team effort.
there's one from Rodney Dinkins for the $10 super chat. With Jew and Salt having a close competition until Jew got sick and missed time, is there a chance that Jew will get some run soon, or will he just red shirt and get ready for next year? That's a question for Uncle Neely and Dukes.
And Chico.
Yeah, like
And
what
me
the
too.
this is question. Oh, I have no idea speculation. I know one thing. Coach Prime ain't the type of guy that's gonna keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. Like he knows how to make changes and get sparks, etc. And I think that applies to coaching players, waterboy, peanut man, bus driver, etc. So I'm not gonna speculate on any changes like that. But just the overall his vision, like he ain't afraid to make changes when the changes make sense. Like, but one of the things you have to know about him being Coach Prime, he believes what he sees in practice. And so sometimes fans may be calling for something, and the reason you ain't seeing what you're calling for is that he ain't seen it in practice.
I tell you one thing. Jude played in one game so far. So
Yes.
he's played in 3 games.
We got 3 left, right?
Oh, okay,
So I
yeah.
thought you was going with that.
Yeah. That's what I'm going. Right. You got 3 games he can play. So based on how the season goes, you got 3 games left. If you start in the last 3 games of the year or play him the last 3 games of the year, he can preserve his red shirt. But he don't really strike me as a kid that absolutely needs one. I think you probably go. I would speculate that you could see him start to get ready, just depending on how this Iowa State game goes.
But here's the thing. Let's go pessimism for a second, if I could craft it as that. And you ain't got to make it Colorado football. You can make it 3 of us. I don't have to have Chico to have a bad show. I can have a bad show by myself.
He ain't lying.
And so at some point, if I'm gonna keep losing, why don't I just go with guys that's showing me more effort, even though they may have less talent? Because we see what talent getting us without the effort, without the execution. So you could reach that mathematical point where it's like, okay, well, if this is where we are, why the hell not? Because we tried it this other way. And again, that's what I'm saying to Coach Prime. And it's now me in my 6th season with him. I done seen him make mid-season changes.
Yeah.
Sure, we saw it, man.
I done seen him make mid-season changes, and he was undefeated.
Man, that man started Ryan Staub at Houston. He'll do whatever he feel like for sure.
Yeah, like I wouldn't. And here's
Nobody
my
had
thing about that, Dukes, is I'm still at a position in my life with no intention of changing anytime soon because there's no evidence to change. I'm gonna bet on Coach Prime and his football IQ.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally like when I go to the doctor and tell the doctor how I'm feeling, and he tell me what that cause is. I'm gonna bet on the medical degree on his wall, not my own.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
And when I've seen Coach Prime manage these situations, whether it's staff or players or organizational goals, and I don't care if it's his coaching career in these 6 years, or I don't care if it's his playing career, his broadcasting career, both of which were 14 years, I have more than enough evidence to say he has overwhelmingly been right more times he's been wrong. So guess where I'm going to put my chips?
Black 21. Man, I ain't
Ain't
gonna lie,
hard.
one time.
Right.
Well, we're at the hour mark right now. And one time I was in Vegas and I had been betting on my number, Black 29, because of my birthday. I said, I'm gonna bet on Black 21 this time. This lady came, she put her money on Black 21. I said, nah, I'm gonna take it off this time. And bam, she hit right
That
before I
bitch
got
hit.
up out of that. Boy, I was. So don't be like me.
Dukes, I did that, man. Down at the Beau Rivage. Shout out to Beau Rivage, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Trying to floss, walking with this little slim, past the crap tables. She was like, you know anything about shoe crap? I mean, do I? Just as the man about to roll, I yelled out to the pit boss. I said, $100 yo. Threw 100 out there. That something is roll 11. Walked off with a cool 1,100 in 3 seconds.
Oh, what? Timeout. Oh, see, I don't know nothing about no craps. You know craps, unless you talking about side betting or something. But damn, it hit.
Yeah, dude, you call for a yo, that's 11. Dude hit it.
Boy,
Hey, the worst I finna do is lose $100. The best I finna do, me and her going upstairs. So I'm like Michael Irvin, leave the checkout where they can see it.
I know y'all went smooth upstairs. All right, thank you guys coming out once again to the morning run. TMR
Something
Live.
is wrong with you, Chico.
Hey, you been hearing that since kindergarten. You ain't telling me that I got 50 cousins. 50 cousins that used to be at my grandma's house in the summertime. Trust me, I know. All right.
And they all said something wrong with you?
Man, we all know these things, you know.
He talking about some damn CTE. Hey, you went to football with CTE.
I got
you know, mama said I'm gonna knock some sense into you. You got football helped you.
This man said I showed up at football practice with CTE. Lord. Hey, man.
The morning run. Hey, tomorrow the morning run. Of course, it's Tuesday. That's press conference day. Coach Prime himself and a couple of players. So we'll be covering and sharing that access with you, plus some rebuttals from whatever remarks come. So make sure you tune in tomorrow morning. This is Monday night. Make sure you got your notifications on for Deuce and Scoop to his channel, because you know that brother will jump live on Monday nights with the quickness. Do the same thing for Big Dog Chico as well, because you don't want to miss what they be doing. Chico, again, man, big props for the live coverage and analysis during the game. Now you got to get up a little early for one, but I know you're going to be back on this Saturday as well. Y'all stay tuned to all 3 brands and the network all week long.
He ain't lying. Once again, the Black Fist.
Got to turn that thing around.
No medallions, dreadlocks. Black Fist, just the gangster glare, the gangster rock, the gangster.